And it starts with Don Cheadle.
Oh, I love Don Cheadle.
Looking out the window, and he goes, in a big city, he goes, I think it's that touch. In a big city, you can walk around and touch people. What? And we're like, Don, you're not allowed to do that.
What?
But he's like, in a big city, you hustle, you bustle, you hit shoulders.
Yeah.
But again, we also don't do that here. You'd be murdered. Yeah. But he's like, in a big city, there's that human quality. In Los Angeles, we're just in these metal boxes.
Cars?
Yeah.
Does he not know?
And the lady next to him goes, cars, Don? And he says, I think we crash into each other just to feel something. And the lady behind him goes, I think we crash into people because we're Asian ladies. And then we cut to two black guys, one of whom is Ludacris. He's like, that waitress didn't refill our coffee once because we're black. And then the other guy's like, we didn't order any coffee. And he's like, yeah, well, she probably didn't even offer us coffee because she knew we wouldn't tip. Uh-huh. And then he's like, but she was black. And he goes, yeah, she probably still think we weren't going to tip because that's a stereotype. And he goes, did you tip? And he goes, like, for service like that? I didn't tip that bitch. And he's like, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't think we would have had, and it's funny.
Right.
He's the guy who's obsessed with race and thinks everyone's after him, right? And then we see walking down the street a pre-fat Brendan Fraser. Pre-fat, which I think this is the movie, the stress of this movie. He went and ate a bunch of pizza and cried. And Sandra Bullock. Love it. She's timeless.
Uh-huh.
She's been the same age since Speed, baby.
Yeah, great in Bullet Train.
They're walking down the street. This is when I fell in love with this movie. And this is when the movie let you know it was 2005 and would not get made today.
Yeah.
Fraser and Bullock are walking down the street. And I think later she admits to it. I didn't really see it. She kind of holds her purse a little tighter walking by Ludacris and his black friend. And Ludacris goes, see that shit right there? That's what I'm talking about. That white lady, she held her purse tighter. She saw two young, smart, powerful black men who clearly looked like college students. She saw two black men. All she saw was two criminals. That's some racist shit. We should rob that bitch. And then they pull out their guns. Cut to.
Oh, boy.
We now follow home the Mexican locksmith.
Uh-huh.
He comes home, and the most adorable little Mexican child you've ever seen.
Okay.
She's scared, and she's under her bed. She's built like a fort of blankets, but she's under the bed. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, honey, are you scared? And this cute little kid's like, yeah, I heard gunshots. And he's like, well, honey, we moved. We're not in a bad neighborhood anymore. He's like, are you still upset? This is a funny question. He's like, honey, are you still upset about the time that bullet went into your room? Because you're being kind of a drama queen about the time you're 8 and almost got shot.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, Daddy, I'm so upset about the bullet. And he's like, and then he says, oh, you know what? You just had your, I don't know what kid's age is, 5th birthday, whatever. He goes, oh, you just had your 5th birthday. Or she's either 5 or 10.
Right.
no. Let's say 8. She goes, I forgot to give you your present. And he's like, your grandmother gave this to me when I turned 5 or 8. Which
he also doesn't know.
Which is, I go, this is so funny. He goes like, I have a cloak, an invisible cloak cape.
Yeah.
And it's invisible, and you can't feel it, but it's real, and it makes you impervious to bullets. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, don't give the kid this kid's gonna think she's you're giving the kid a cape that makes her think she can't die. Yeah. You should do the opposite.
Right.
This is the cape that makes you be careful. Be very careful all the time because we live in a bad neighborhood. But he just said that. She's like, you know what? Now I feel safe. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
So he was lying to her so she would just shut the fuck up and go to bed.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Matt Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
He's the racist white cop.
White cop.
And then he pulls over a car. And he pulls him over. And it's a very well-to-do, like they look like they just came from the opera. And they're like in a good mood, you know. Oh, and also Thandie Newton. And he's like, and so he wants to mess with him. So he tells him to get out of the car. Mm-hmm. And then while the husband watches, he feels up Thandie Newton.
That's not cool.
That's not cool. While the husband watches,
he
kind of gets up and
Cuck.
he gets up. He's like, I'm racist now. I'm pissed off about my dad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick my
finger up
Thandie Newton's booty hole.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
Which that's a very uncomfortable scene.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's kind of implied.
Huh. I was saying you don't see his finger go in her asshole.
Yeah, maybe he's like, my dad keeps peeing like a girl. How do girls pee? I'm doing medical research. Can I say something? No one knows how girls pee. He's like, if I can feel up enough pussies. Yeah. He's trying to... I think this guy's just trying to save his father's life. Now we cut to... There's been a car accident. The car's upside down. It's half on fire.
A car crash.
Car crash. Runs in... No, we hate Matt Dillon at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He's the booty hole toucher.
Yep.
We don't care for him at all.
His dad... I heard his dad pees like a lady.
His dad pees like a little bitch.
Yeah.
He still hasn't figured out how girls pee. He runs in, but he's a police officer. He's the thing about police officers. Mm-hmm. Maybe we hate them. Maybe they're bad people. Maybe a lot of them are racist. Mm-hmm. They do a job that no one else wants to do. Sure. This guy who is a racist booty hole toucher, guess what? There's an upside-down car that's about to blow up. This motherfucker is running towards it. Okay. He is a hero in his way. See? Complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a racist booty hole toucher who also saves people from car accidents.
Yeah.
So it's upside down. And there's a lady in there, and she's like freaking out, and we don't see her face, and he starts helping her out. Mm-hmm. The woman's head turns. It's Thandie Newton.
God damn it.
And she's like, dude. She's like, I thought this day couldn't get any worse. I was about to blow up in a car. Here comes the booty hole toucher to touch my booty hole. Yeah. And he's like, she starts freaking out, and she starts freaking out, and he's like, look, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. And there's a very dramatic scene. And people would say it's too dramatic. I think it's just dramatic enough. There's this like music, like this, booty hole, or whatever. It's like, Pit, pull her out. And he pulls her out. And then for a second, they pull him out. Because like this thing, we see the fire coming towards the gas. This thing's about to explode. And they pull him out. And he's like, no, I got to save her. And then he goes in and he saves her, right? Mm-hmm. And he pulls her out. He saves her life. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a metaphor for the fact of like, no one's irredeemable, right? It's almost like Matt Dillon in this movie is white America. Okay. And touching her butthole was slavery. But then pulling her out of the car that's about to explode was when we let the Little Mermaid be black. The Secret Persian, his house gets, his store gets broken into. Mm-hmm. And he's like, it's that Mexican locksmith, didn't fix the lock. I'm going to take the gun that I got from the racist white guy, and I'm going to go kill the Mexican locksmith, right? He's outside the house. He's going to kill the Mexican locksmith. And we see the little girl come home who we love. She's the cutest. She's the one pure person in this whole movie. Okay. Well, he's pretty cool too, the locksmith. Mm-hmm. So she comes in, and then the locksmith comes home, and the Persian comes out. The secret Persian comes out. Because you know how they are. These Persians always hiding around in cars. Yep. He comes out. He pulls the gun out, and he says, like, they broke into my store. That's all I had. I told you to fix the lock. He doesn't speak English that well, so that's even more tense because he's like, dude, you needed a new door. Yeah. He's like, I cannot have this conversation again. I am going to shoot you in the face. Yeah. We cut to the little girl. The mom doesn't see what's happening. The little girl, she goes to the door, and she looks out, and she says, he doesn't have his cloak.
Oh, boy. Oh, fuck.
She goes, I've got the cloak.
Oh, shit.
I better give Daddy his cloak. And we're like, and she's the cutest little girl. She runs in slow motion. She runs toward Daddy. The guy's like, I'm going to shoot you in the face. Running towards Daddy. I'm going to shoot you in the face. No. Running towards Daddy. She jumps up and grabs Daddy to protect him with her cloak. Oh. The gun goes off. No. We cut to the mother going, not my daughter. But the girl is fine.
The cloak's real?
The cloak, it worked. The guy looks at the gun. The Persian looks at the gun. He's like, what the fuck? This girl's magic or evil or something.
Yeah.
The guy runs off. Cut to, here's what happened. The guy who thought he was Osama bin Laden, the racist white gun store owner, he gave, because he doesn't like Iraqis who are Persian, he gave him blanks. The racist white store owner gave the guy blanks, so he's had blanks in his gun the whole time. Because the white store owner hates Iraqis and the Middle Easterners, he gave the guy a gun that wouldn't shoot, which saved the life of the Mexican daughter. And this is the movie telling us that racism is both the cause and the solution to all of our problems. The past was doing its best.
That's the theme song.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They were doing their best.